Welcome to my channel briefing on Bravo. Josh Flagg is making waves in the New York City real estate market. As reported by The Real Deal, the million-dollar listing Los Angeles agent brokered a major property acquisition on Soho's Mercer Street, a world-renowned destination for luxury shopping. Josh confirmed Flagg Family Capital, owned by his parents, Michael and Cindy Flagg, purchased the building from Rialto Bank and the Jackson Group. However, he declined to reveal pricing details. Josh Flagg's family company purchases a commercial property in Soho. In partnership with developers Andrew Area and David Elbaz, Flagg Family Capital reportedly closed the deal on December 24 and will spend the next 9 months completing its renovations. The property will reportedly feature 5,500 square feet of retail space across its first and second floors and the basement. Although it's unclear what retailers will occupy the building, it's safe to assume it will house fashion heavy hitters. The building shares a street with popular brands like Marni, Kate, Lanvin, Billionaire Boys Club, and Alaa. Commercial realtor Jeremy Aiden will oversee the leasing agreements. Josh Flagg shares his plans for his family's company. The Mercer Street purchase marks a new chapter for the Flagg family business, which began with the apparel brand Edith Flagg, named after Josh's late grandmother. Josh recently took over the business operations for his father and is looking to take the company to the next level. "We are changing things up from our previous business model," Josh said in a statement. "I am focusing on prime locations, Palm Beach, Miami, downtown New York, instead of shopping centers and office buildings, which is what we have traditionally done." Will Josh Flagg launch a real estate team in NYC? The announcement comes just months after Josh began building an investment property in Miami and purchased a gorgeous home in Beverly Hills. The West Coast native splits his time between LA and NYC, where his boyfriend, Kelton Hovland, was primarily based. Josh said he and his beau typically spend 1 week in New York every month and the other 3 weeks in LA. However, he insisted he had no plans to start a real estate team in the Big Apple. He addressed the topic in a July interview with Briefing on Bravo. "I've always said no, because what I have in LA just works," he said. "But if I'm going to be spending 2 weeks or at least 10 days a month in New York, I may as well get my license, and just because I know so many people here. But it's not like something I'm pursuing." The deal on Mercer Street. Josh Flagg had always believed in two things: seizing opportunities and creating legacies. The Flagg family name wasn't just etched in the history of Los Angeles elite. It was a brand synonymous with luxury, ambition, and perseverance. From Edith Flagg's trailblazing success in fashion to Michael and Cindy's ventures in real estate, the family had built an empire, and now it was Josh's turn to take the helm. Standing on Mercer Street in the heart of Soho, Josh surveyed the newly acquired building. It was a cold December morning, but the city pulsed with the energy of the holiday season. Shoppers bustled from one luxury store to another, their designer bags swinging in rhythm with the clattering of heels on cobblestones. Josh tucked his hands into the pockets of his tailored overcoat and turned to his business partners, Andrew Area and David Elbaz. "This building," he said, gesturing toward the structure with its historic facade and towering windows, "is going to redefine the retail experience in Soho." Andrew, ever the pragmatist, raised an eyebrow. "No pressure, right?" Josh grinned. "Pressure is where diamonds are made, my friend." A family legacy. Josh had always felt a deep connection to his family's entrepreneurial roots. His grandmother, Edith, was a Holocaust survivor who had immigrated to America with little more than determination. She'd built a fashion empire that became a cornerstone of the family's wealth and success. Her legacy was a constant reminder to Josh that anything was possible with hard work and vision. The decision to take over Flagg Family Capital had been daunting. Michael and Cindy, while supportive, had warned him that the transition from West Coast real estate to nationwide ventures wouldn't be easy. But Josh wasn't interested in easy, he was interested in greatness. "We're not just buying buildings," he had told his parents during a family meeting. "We're shaping cities. We're creating experiences." His parents had exchanged a skeptical look, but his passion was undeniable. "Just remember," Michael had said, "it's not just about the deals you make, it's about the legacy you leave." Building the vision. The Mercer Street property was a challenge, a beautiful challenge, but a challenge nonetheless. The building's historic status required careful renovations, and the competitive Soho market meant finding the right tenants was critical. Josh knew the success of this project would set the tone for Flagg Family Capital's new direction. During a meeting with his project team, Josh outlined his vision. "We're not just leasing retail space," he said. "We're curating an experience. I want brands that complement each other, that elevate the entire block." Jeremiah Aiden, the commercial realtor handling the leases, nodded. "I've already started conversations with some big names. Think fashion houses, high-end accessories, maybe even a flagship for a cutting-edge tech brand." Josh leaned forward, his mind racing with possibilities. "Good, but let's make sure we're thinking beyond the obvious. What about experiential retail? Pop-up concepts? I want people to feel like walking into this building is an event." Balancing acts. While Josh poured his energy into the Mercer Street project, his personal life was undergoing its own transformations. Splitting his time between Los Angeles and New York wasn't just about business, it was about love. His boyfriend, Kelton Hovland, was based in New York, and their long-distance arrangement required constant juggling. One evening, after a long day of meetings, Josh returned to the sleek Manhattan apartment he and Kelton shared during his visits. Kelton was in the kitchen, preparing dinner, a rare domestic moment that Josh cherished. "How was the Mercer meeting?" Kelton asked, glancing over his shoulder. "Productive," Josh replied, loosening his tie. "But it's a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm juggling 1,000 balls in the air." Kelton set down a cutting board and walked over to Josh, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. "You're not just juggling, you're building something incredible. And I'm here to catch any balls you might drop." Josh smiled, pulling Kelton into a hug. "I don't know what I'd do without you." "Well," Kelton teased, "you'd probably have more time to sleep, for starters." Setbacks and solutions. No major project comes without its hurdles, and the Mercer Street building was no exception. By February, unforeseen structural issues had delayed the renovation timeline, and a key potential tenant had backed out. Josh, however, refused to let the setbacks derail his vision. "Every problem has a solution," he told his team during a tense meeting. "We just have to find it." Andrew Area chimed in. "We could bring in another investor to offset the renovation costs." Josh shook his head. "No, this is a Flagg Family Capital project. We'll figure it out on our own." He spent the next few weeks working tirelessly, meeting with contractors, negotiating with suppliers, and personally reaching out to prospective tenants. His persistence paid off when a luxury brand, known for its avant-garde designs and celebrity clientele, signed on for the building's prime retail space. The launch. 9 months after the initial acquisition, the Mercer Street property was ready to be unveiled. The building, with its restored facade and modern interior, was a testament to Josh's vision and determination. The launch event was a star-studded affair, attended by industry leaders, celebrities, and socialites. As Josh stood in the middle of the bustling crowd, champagne glass in hand, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment. This wasn't just a business milestone. It was proof that he could carry the weight of his family's legacy while forging his own path. Kelton joined him, slipping an arm around his waist. "You did it," he said, his voice filled with pride. "We did it," Josh corrected, pulling him closer. A new beginning. The success of the Mercer Street project marked the beginning of a new chapter for Flagg Family Capital. With properties in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, Josh had established himself as a force in the national real estate market. Yet, despite his growing empire, he remained grounded in the values his grandmother had instilled in him: integrity, resilience, and a commitment to excellence. As he prepared for his next venture, a mixed-use development in Miami, Josh reflected on the journey so far. He knew there would be more challenges, more sleepless nights, and more moments of doubt. But he also knew that every step was bringing him closer to his ultimate goal: building a legacy that would stand the test of time. Come back to Briefing on Bravo and see more news.